Today, we got a question asking about, hey, the James Cameron talk, but what about Zoe Saldana?
Hotline milk.
Hey, John and crew. This is James from Texas, and I was having a question because you did your thing yesterday breaking down the top. James Cameron going to have 3 of the top $2 billion movies. Well, also, there's another fact that Zoe Saldana now is the only actress in history to have 4 $2 billion movies that she starred in. So my question to you is, do you think that's going to raise her stock in Hollywood as a desirable actress and have her be in more films going forward? All right. Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks, man, for sending that in. So, okay, look, we've been talking a lot recently about, so Avatar: The Way of Water has joined the $2 billion club. There's now 6 in history. James Cameron has personally done 3 of them. That's insane. And the best stat that I think we dropped yesterday was in the past 25 years, there has only been 3 motion pictures to be number 1 at the box office 6 weeks in a row. And they're all James Cameron films. Only 3 in the last 25 years, all James Cameron films. So we've been talking a lot about that. Well, there's another interesting stat, Zoe Saldana. Because if we keep that picture ready, but let's jump over to my screen for a second. As we go over these numbers, right now, Avatar: The Way of Water is sitting there at $2.026 billion in the number 6 spot of all time, passing Spider-Man No Way Home and closing in very quickly on Avengers Infinity War. So we got 4 of these films have Zoe Saldana. Avatar: The Way of Water, we got Avengers Infinity War, we've got Avengers Endgame, and we've got the original Avatar. 4 of the top 6, soon to be top 5. 4 of the top 6, well, no, because this is going to bump Avengers Infinity War. But so 4 of the top 6 films all have one actress, Zoe Saldana. That's a fabulous bit of trivia. As to the last part of the question saying, does this increase her appeal as an actress? No. And I'll tell you why. She already has tons of appeal. The industry already knows she's an incredible actress. Everybody knows what you get when you bring her onto a set. She's popular with her fans. I don't know that this becomes an interesting little thing she can put on her dossier, but I don't think it's anything that increases her profile per se, because she's already Zoe Saldana. She's great, and everybody knows it. I think, though, the main reason, and I don't mean to come across as insensitive, I think the main reason, though, we don't talk as much about, say, that figure, she's in 4 of the top 6 films of all time, as opposed to, say, James Cameron has 3 of the top 6 films of all time, is because James Cameron actually made those movies, right? Those are his creations. Those are his projects and his movies. When you write in the letter, when you call in and you say, she stars in 4 of the top 6, it depends on how you're using the term stars. She certainly appears in 4 of the top 6, some more prominently than others, but they were not Zoe Saldana vehicles, let's say. Like even Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, I don't know that I even call them the stars of Avatar, when really, I don't know, I hesitate to say that the CGI artists are the stars of the film or whatever, and we don't see them per se. Certainly in Avengers Endgame, she doesn't have a particularly prominent role in that. She's one of a giant, conglomeration of high-profile actors in Infinity War. So, yeah, is it amazing that one actress can say she was in 4 of the top 6 films of all time? Absolutely. But can we say, like James Cameron, who is responsible for those 3 films in particular being in the top 6 of all time, can we say that Zoe Saldana was responsible for any of those films being in the top 6? And I would say it's a different scale. I would say it's a different scale, but tremendously impressive nonetheless. Anyway, Christian, with Avatar: The Way of Water, stats and records and numbers are flying all over the place. This Zoe Saldana thing is just another one. How important and significant maybe should we look at this accomplishment of being in 4 of the top 6 films of all time?
Well, I think it's significant for sure in a lot of the ways you said. For a resume thing, sure. It's also pretty good for her bank account. That's another thing. It's also her agent should get a birthday Christmas gift for the rest of their lives.
Tom Cruise cake.
What's that?
Tom Cruise cake.
You're right. And so they anyway. So yeah, by booking her in these movies and look, she elevated the last one, she was fantastic in that movie. I mean, so much so I thought she was incredible in Way of Water. I think she's incredible in all of the movies.
She's always great.
She's great. I agree with you though, because the question will be then this, right? It's like, without James Cameron, does Avatar 2 make $2 billion? If someone else does it, probably not. He doesn't have the same vision. If Zoe Saldana, if Matt Damon was cast in that role for Sam Worthington like he was supposed to be, does it still make $2 billion? Probably.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not taking anything away from Sam Worthington. It's not taking away from anything from Zoe Saldana. It is a stat. And what it could also mean, there are a lot of, Rob, there are a lot of superstitious people in Hollywood, in sports, in anything. So maybe it's somebody going, hey, look, we got a really big movie coming out. This stat was Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And she's fantastic. Let's put her in there and see if we can make it the fifth for her. But she's been in a lot of movies that haven't hit $2 billion.
Yeah.
So, but she's an incredible talent. I love when she shows up. She was in that terrible movie Amsterdam, and she was great in it. She was great. There's a lot of great performances in that movie. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean you put her in, you're going to make $2 billion. It just means she's a good talent to have, and she's going to elevate the role.
Did you ever see? I bring this movie up every once in a while. Did you ever see? Not a lot of people have. But the movie she did with Idris Elba and Chris Evans called The Losers.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I think that movie is a tremendously underrated movie. She's great in it.
She's great.
Anyway, Rob, what do you think about this?
I just watched, because Elizabeth was watching it, I think it's on Netflix, a show called From Scratch.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's set in Italy.
Yeah, or at least starts in Italy. Yeah.
Yes. And she was incredible in it. I find her to be, it's funny. She's very chameleon-like, and I don't mean a woman of just many colors, because she has played many different colored people in the aliens and that. I mean, she has many different facets to her performing. And I think that she's criminally underused as an actress, because
by the way, she's in Star Trek as well.
I wasn't going to say that, I figured, but since you brought up Star Trek,
I would do it for you. There you go.
But no, I think she's a criminally underused actress, and I think she's kind of in a weird, space, because she's been like The Losers. That's a comic adaptation. Star Trek, Avatar, Gamora. She's great as Gamora, but I think she's a terrific dramatic actress, and I think that hopefully the fact that, look, her performance in Avatar as Neytiri is the heart of the movie. The first Avatar, especially.
She certainly steals my favorite. You and I have talked about it. Yeah. My favorite moment in the movie is all her.
I mean, but when her father dies in the first one, and then she gets mad at Jake and screams, it's incredible. And to think that she had that rig on her face. I mean, she's an incredible actress, and I'm hoping that maybe this great stat that people don't really think about will help her get more work, or at least help her from a producerial standpoint, because she can use her clout to get the money to make the projects that she wants to make. And I'd love to see her do more, because I think she's phenomenal.
Here's the funny thing. I don't think she's hurting for work. I remember we talked about this. She was mentioning that she had purposefully was scaling back the amount of stuff that she was doing, because you're right. She's one of these performers and one of these actors that has a huge range of tools available to her that she can do. She can come out and she can be funny. She can come out, she can be dramatic. She can come out, she can do action. She can, like you're saying, she's not just a good luck charm, which is a great way to put it, Christian, but on top of that, she becomes one of these multifaceted performers that, with almost any kind of movie you want to do, she can be in. And if we go to my screen for a second, she's also, look at the love. Look at the way she adores me. Look at that. Like that is a, I have this effect on women. I just cannot help it.
The lady in the back looks like she's ready to fight.
Yeah, she does. She looks like an MMA trainer.
She's ready to kick
some. The one in the background.
I've seen that look. It doesn't look like adoration to me.
It does not look like adoration to me.
That lady's calling security to get John out of there.
My face looks like I just farted or something.
Yeah, and that lady in the back smelled it. She wants you out.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Listen, in the midst of all the talk about all the other stats, Zoe Saldana has very quietly become one of the performers in 4 of the top 6 box office films of all time. Should it be made a bigger deal of? I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save money this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, I have told you before that when I was on one of the major phone carriers, I was spending literally 3 times as much every month, and switching to Mint Mobile couldn't have been easier. So for people just looking to save some extra money this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in just minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea.